Welcome back everyone. Today I'm going to showing you how to create this date picker, but as you can see down here we have the time picker, and this is super cool because as you can see I can use my arrow left and right, up and down, right, up, down, and also I can use my tab here. It works. And if I typing in 99, it forced the value to 23, which is the maximal number of the hour, and minute, which is the maximal, is 59. I do 99 again for the second. As you can see, it forced the value to 59. Cool. So basically we are gonna use time picker here. This is just a component, so of course this is customable. You can do whatever you want in this component here. It's come from the open status. Thanks for open status to give this time picker beautiful input field. And also we are going to use the this date picker come from the Shadcn and add the time field of the bottom of this calendar. As you can see, this is the result. Really amazing. If I click 10 and if I click submit, as you can see, we get the value on the console. And of course, this is work with validation, of course. As you can see, if I hit submit, as you can see, it's required. Pretty amazing. I can do random number here and click submit. As you can see, we get the value on the console. So that's we are going to learn in this video, and hopefully this is helpful. So let's get to the VS Code. Alright, so the first thing what we need to do is let's install the Next.js application. So I'm going to use this command here, come from the Shadcn UI documentation. I'm going to say, let's just paste that right here. And for the application name, I'm going to say time picker. Let's remove this my app. Let's do time picker like that. Let's hit enter. And then I'm going to use source directory. Yes. App router. Yes. Import alias. Just say no. Okay, just wait for that. Alright, it's done. So now let's cd into the time picker folder, and from here I'm going to install the Shadcn. I hope you already know what is Shadcn. It is a component that we can use for our project. So let's hit enter for Shadcn init right here, and I'm going to say default slate CSS variable, just say yes, and it will install all the package that we need, right? So from here I'm going to say code and then dot, it will open Visual Studio Code. All right, what we need to do first, let's say npm run dev to start the localhost 3000. And then first I'm going to open page.tsx and I'm going to remove all this main here. Let's get off all of that, get rid of that. And here I'm going to say div with class name. I'm going to do margin vertically into 10. Also, I'm going to add the maximal width into medium. Also the MX to auto to make it on the center. Great. So here I'm going to say form for now. Let's save and open the localhost 3000 now. Now we should see just form on the browser. Great. This is what we have. All right. So let's go back to the form, to the VS Code. And here I'm going to create, oh yeah, we already have this component folder. And inside the component here, I'm going to create another component called time picker. Just like to put all my time picker input field inside this folder here, time picker folder. And inside in here, I'm going to create a file called, let's say date time picker form.tsx. The name is a little bit long, but I just love to use this format here. So let's do rfc like that. And we are going to change the name date time picker form. Great. So let's save and go back here. We need to render that form here. That time picker form. Nice. So now we should see that time picker form. Great. So next, what we need to do is we are going to create form. So let's go to form here inside the Shadcn. And then as you can see, basically what we need to install is this form here. So I'm going to copy that. Oh yeah, I just want to showing you freaking fast, guys, because I hope you already know what is Shadcn and how to use that. All right, so let's just paste that right here and hit enter. It will install all the component that we need for create beautiful form. All right, it's done. So now as you can see inside the components, we have this UI and some form right here. Okay, because we already installed it. Let's go back, and as you can see here, we also need to install Zod. Zod is basically validation for our form. We can use that or not, but in this video, of course, I will use that. So let's do npm install Zod. And also, we're going to use React hook form to manage our state inside a form. So let's copy that package name and hit enter right here. npm install Zod and React hook form. Great. So now I want to say npm run dev like that. And then inside the date picker form here, what I'm going to do, let's remove the name here and let's return something from here. So basically, let's go through the, yeah, I think we need to just go back right here. And then I'm going to start from step 1 here, right? Create the schema. So anyway, we can just copy this one, but I'm not recommend you to do that. You have to just type in your own. Let's just paste that right here. Form should be used client because we are going to interact with the element in here. So as you can see, this is the username. Of course, we're not going to working with the username, but we are going to working with date time like that. And the type of date time, it should be date like that. All right, cool. So now we create the form schema. Great. That's step 1. So now let's go to step 2. On step 2, as you can see, we need to create the form, define form, and also the submit. So we need to copy all of this. Again, you don't have to follow along all of this. You need to always write in your own, guys. All right, I just want to import this use form, come from React hook form. I'm not sure why this is import in this. Let's remove that. And also the Zod resolver, we need to import that. I think the problem is we don't reload the window. So let's reload that. And hopefully now, oh yeah, cool. Everything looks clean right now. And as you can see, this is get the username, right? Just remove that. So now I'm going to create a type. The type, it should be have name. The name doesn't really matter, but I'm going to say form schema. Form schema should be capital V, form schema type. Like that. Set equals to, I'm going to use this one. z.infer type of form schema. Let's copy that and paste that right here. So now we can use this type whatever we want. So I'm going to put that right here. Okay, and also inside this on submit right there. Okay, cool. Let's remove the comment so you're not confused about the comment here. So now let's go back to the Shadcn, and the next thing what we need to do is let's just copy and paste all this form. I'm gonna copy all of that, copy that, and post that right here. Nice. So form, it should become from the UI form that we already installed in this UI/form right here. All right, let's go back, and form field also come from the form item. Let's import all of that from item. Let's see, on the top form item we already import, but we still get this warning here. Yeah, I think VS Code just need time to kind of like read all the rules here. Okay, input we don't have yet, so let's comment that for now, and let's form description and also form message and the button as well. Okay, great. So now let's say npm run dev, and as you can see, the name is error here because username is not assignable to type date time, because as you can see, the name now is date time, not username. So let's just change that. Now everything looks super clean, and now let's see on the browser what we have. Yeah, but as you can see, guys, this is look pretty cool, right? So now let's install the input. So let's go back to Shadcn, go to input, and here we are going to install it, this input component. Let's go back to terminal and then paste that in here. Let's install it. Okay, it's done. So now let's do npm run dev and uncomment this input. We need to import the input from the UI. All right, cool. As you can see, the value, and I'm going to inspect and open the console because as you can see here, we just console log the value, right? Let's go to console and I'm going to make it bigger here. Let's typing something random here, submit. And yeah, that is because the date is, as you can see, expected date receiving string. All right. And yeah, this date time, it should be date format, but we need to change that just for example. So let's change that to string. And then now when I click, as you can see, we get the value on the console. If there's empty, the validation is should be works, I believe, but it's not works. It because we not add minimal value in here, so we can say min into maybe 1, and we can add, for example, maximal into 10. All right, or max or whatever. Yeah, max. Cool. Let's go back here, and if I hit submit without giving any value, as you can see, it's required. Okay. If I do long string here, as you can see, string must contain at most 10 characters. Cool. It works. As you can see, at least 1 character. Okay, it works. So now let's working with date time picker input field. Let's go to the Shadcn, and here I'm gonna scroll down and looking for I think down here it's called a date picker. Yep. And how to install it? So as you can see, date picker require these 2 component here, popover and calendar. So we need to install the popover first. So let's copy that with npm because I use npm here. Let's just paste the popover down here and let's go back. And now we need to install the calendar component. Let's just use npm again. And then, oh yeah, I already installed popover by the way, but I'm going to override that. It's okay. And also install the calendar component. And again, I'm going to override that. Okay, so after done, we can say npm run dev here. So the next thing I'm going to showing you is let's go to the form control here. I'm going to remove it right now. And then here, maybe I'm going to add comment for, let's do popover like that. And then I'm going to make the date time back to z.date right here. Let's remove the input. We don't need that. Okay, so now what we need to do, let's go to popover. I'm going to show you something inside the popover component, how to use that. Let's go to popover component here. And as you can see, this is basically just kind of like button. When I click the button, it will showing the popover, which is the another component, as you can see. All right, so to use that, super simple. We'll just import the popover and wrapping the trigger button and also the content that we need to showing up. Right, let's just copy all of that. And then here, I'm going to paste that right here. Let's import the popover from UI, popover trigger from the UI, and also popover content from the UI. As you can see, after the username, we have this open text. When I click that, it opened the popover content like that. Pretty cool. It works. And I want to the open button, it should be down the username. So I'm going to go back here inside the form item. Because this form item is wrapping the form label and popover. So that's why in here, I'm going to set the class name into display flex and flex direction into column, just like that. And also for the items, I'm going to set that to star, just like that. And now it should be under the username. Okay, cool. So in here, what we need to do is just import or just copy and paste this button here come from the documentation. So I think I'm going to just copy all this popover trigger, copy that and paste that right here. Okay. And the calendar icon, it should become from the Lucid React. CN, it should become from the library folder that we have already having right here. And also the date here is basically the value. So we can grab it from the field. So let's grab the date here, remove it, and we can say field.value, just like that. And then the format here is to become from the date FNS, I believe. Yeah, this one. So we need to just install again the package. So let's go back to terminal, and here I'm going to say npm install date FNS, and done. Cool, super fast. And we are going to run the npm run dev again. Oh, and close that again. And we are going to import the format from the date FNS up here, right? Cool. So save. And now we should see this beautiful box right here, the beautiful button, pick a date. All right, it's open the popover content. So now let's go back, and for the popover content, we need to put the calendar basically. Let's go back here, and then for the popover content, we are going to just copy all of this, I think. Copy that and paste that right here. And the selected is basically field.value, right? Copy this name, paste that right here. So in this onSelect, we can put the onChange. So we can do field.onChange function. This function is basically come from the React hook form. And then let's go back and see when I click, bam, as you can see, beautiful calendar is rendered. We can even disable for specific date, for example. So let's go back to the calendar here, and I'm going to say disable set equals to, I'm going to grab the date here, right? And then arrow function. And what I'm going to do is if the date is more than new date, that means if the date is more than now, it should be disabled. So now let's save. Let's take a look. Let's try. I'm going to click. As you can see, 19, 20, 21. Now it's disabled because now it's 18 July, right? Pretty amazing. You can add a lot of condition here, or maybe you can do date less than, I don't know, maybe new date. For example, you can do 1900-0101 like that. It also works, by the way. So now what I'm going to showing you is how that we can add the time picker, which is this down here, which is a really cool component that we can use right now. And it's available out of the box. This open status give us this component for us for free. So how to use that? All right, so the first thing is we need to, as you can see, copy, paste this time picker utilities.tsx file. So I'm going to copy that, and inside the time picker here, I'm going to create a file called, let's do time-picker-utils.tsx and paste that right here. This is basically just a utilities function that will help us to get the valid number of hour, minute, and second. You can always back to this, all this function here if you want to see it. Nice. So next, what we need to do, let's copy and paste this time picker input, which is this one. So let's copy that, go back to time picker here. Let's create the file called time-picker-input.tsx and paste that all of code in here. Again, you can always go back and see all of this code here. As you can see, it's handle all the arrow right, arrow left, arrow down, up, down, left, whatever. As you can see here, I'm showing you. We can use the arrow right, left, up, down. As you can see, it works. If I on hour, I can do maybe 99. As you can see, it forced the value to 23. I do 99, it forced the value to 59 because that's the value maximal for the minute, right? Pretty amazing, pretty amazing. So let's go back, and then what we need to do next is time picker demo. We need to just use this code right here. Let's copy that. And then I'm going to create a file called, let's do time picker.tsx. Paste that here. And then now we can use this time picker. I think we need to just change the name to something like just time picker, like that. and we are going to copy the component into our calendar right now, which is down here. Okay, cool. So now let's see how it's look. As you can see, we get some warning here. It's because we need to paste the date and set date. So now for the set date, which is the function, we can use this on change. We can say set date set equals to field dot on change, and also for the date value, and we can put field dot date. Oh, field dot value, I believe. So yeah, the error is gone. That means it works. So now let's go back here and click. As you can see down here, we have the input. Really amazing. The last thing what we need to add is just some styling. So we need to wrap this time picker inside the div like that. And in this div, I'm going to add class name, padding 3, border top. Let's do border top, and also border dash border. Right, so I'm gonna save that, and let's go back to the browser. And as you can see here, we have this really nice box right here. I can do 99. It forced the value to 23, which is great. It's forced the value to 59 and also 59. So the next thing what we need to do is showing this time value on this button here. So what we need to do is super simple. As you can see here, if the field.value have a value, we need to render this format, right? For now, we just set 3p right here. Now we are going to add the hour, minute, and second. Let's save, and as you can see, we have that value here. And when I change that, just random something here. As you can see, it's updated, right? It's updated. Cool. So if I click submit, as you can see, we have the value down here on the console. All right, that's pretty cool. And the beauty about this is just a component, guys. What we just copy and paste is just a component. So we can always, I'm gonna remove this from description basically. So we can always, inside the time picker, we can always change whatever we want in here, to be honest. So you can change the background to red, whatever you want, right? As you can see, it's changed the background. So basically this is a normal component that we can customize whatever we want. Okay, and we done, all right? We done implement the date picker, and with this time field down here, and super easy with this time picker from the open status. So hopefully this video helpful, and you can always explore how to add this period right here if you want. But yeah, you get the idea, right? And hopefully this video is helpful, and don't forget to just give a like on this video. See you on the next one.